Hello, dear audience. This is just another day in the beautiful city of Orlando, which is one of the major cities in the central region of the United States of Florida. What makes Orlando so different from other cities? Well, in my opinion, people retire and move here. Also, this is the city most visited by tourists after New York. Also, Orlando is the place with the most famous theme parks like Disney, Universal, SeaWorld, Legoland, and others. But I'm not here to tell you all the good things about Orlando, Florida. There are nicer places to visit in the Sunshine State of Florida. But first, you must know that all cities in Florida share one thing in common: hot weather and hurricanes.
See the water was coming because it's like still, and then you see the debris, the palm fronds, and then here comes the water. Also, want to let you know, back in the Central Florida area in Volusia County, tonight deputies and paramedics headed out to the high water rescue and Bearcat vehicles.
Hurricane Ian has begun. Just the night is getting started. I mean, this is not like the first time we had a hurricane. It's just that Florida is known for its bipolarism weather kickoff, when most of the time it's just another common Florida overreacting weather. Just another day of watching leaf blowing. This is me, folks. For the people who can't tell my job position or don't know about the broadcast and filmmaking industry, I'm a Jeep camera operator, and my job is to capture smooth motion shots while swinging the Jeep. I have been working in the industry for about 10 years. I'm still fresh, still learning, But I tell you one thing. I learned on this day that no one on this station was prepared for this hurricane to hit this hard. After Hurricane Irma,
share some sad news in the wake of Ian, and unfortunately a 72-year-old Deltona man, he died overnight after going outside during the storm to drain his pool. Something I know many of you might have done, and deputies responded to his home. This was after the victim's wife reported that he disappeared after heading outside, and then while searching for him, deputies found his flashlight, then they spotted the victim, and he was unresponsive right there in a canal behind the home, and he was later pronounced dead at the hospital in his home up in Deltona.
few people arrived and some couldn't make it at the station. Our team of journalists are trying their best to keep it track any update of Hurricane Ian. The hurricane is hitting hard. Some people will have to stay. Others have been assigned with their proper rooms. Other stations as well are trying to cover Hurricane Ian. I just hope that if their journalists, photographers, or satellite truck drivers are working outside tracking the hurricane, I hope they make it back safely.
Move through Central Florida, producing this heavy rain and high winds. In fact, take a look at Daytona Beach. Wind gusts up to 81 miles per hour. New Smyrna Beach.
Let me tell you something. If you work in the broadcast or news industry, you have probably heard this saying. The meteorologist's position is the only position where he or she cannot get fired if the weather information is wrong. Why? Because weather information is subjective or objective, or both. And boy, I tell you, it was objectively beyond. I was just right there early before arriving here. And the hurricane is still barely positioning in Orlando.
Winds around 30 to 40 miles per hour, up to nearly 60 miles per hour here in Orlando in the past hour, 55.
I'm in the hallway right now. I'm about to make me a coffee. If you work around this time, you need coffee. Oh yeah.
Yeah. It must be.
It is a must.
No, because then that's the part that it doesn't work. It's like you have to give
Yeah,
people break for some when
Yes.
the sun goes up and we see the true damage. Take a look at this video right here. This is the storm surge of Fort Myers. Speaking of which, yesterday, shocking how high that water is. You can see, you could see a minute of video.
I feel bad for you if you live close to the beach. I mean, materialistic things can be replaced, but I wonder why some people didn't just move their cars and boats to a safe location.
Cabin. This is nuts. And how high the water came up to those palm trees.
Our job on the news station is to let you know what's coming and happening soon enough for people to react sooner.
So high. And the mayor there saying yesterday.
I'm so happy to be working indoors, I tell you. Personally, I wouldn't do it if it was my choice, but I gotta give it to a team of journalists. They love being on the moment when something is happening.
And that's exactly what it's done, and that's where we're seeing and feeling the effects right now. So yes, people have been hunkering down, which is good, but we still don't know.
All right, we'll stay safe out there. A lot, of course, with the wind, the rain that these reporters are enduring.
They're taking a beating from 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, and now 3:06. You see it getting progressively worse. They go from standing there to moving side to side. This is happening in Central Florida, but in other parts of the state, we are hearing of wastewater treatment facilities.
Right.
There's so much water around the area, so they're asking people to not flush their toilets,
Exactly.
and do other things because it could be very troublesome. So we're trying to figure out if that's an issue here in our area. it's just filled with so much water. And you could see the water was coming because it's like still, and then you see the debris, the palm fronds, and then here comes the water.
That is a crazy and an amazing time lapse at the same time. I'm happy that help is coming right away.
Headed out to the high water rescue and Bearcat vehicles. They're the vehicles that we're talking about. They're at the ready to assist people. It is. The U.S. National Hurricane Center says that Cuba suffered, quote, significant wind and storm surge impacts.
That B-roll right there, folks, is Cuba.
Of 125 miles per hour.
When it's about storms and hurricanes, Cuba and Puerto Rico always get the worst.
Certified meteorologist Maureen McCann and Chris Gilson, the incredible duo, joining us once again. Hello.
Rain continues to fall here around Orlando, the Orlando International Airport, stretching down toward
Orlando was not the only city affected. Usually, we record live around 7 blocks from 5 a.m. in the morning, but today we started at 12 a.m. in the morning until 1 p.m., no stopping, no break until next anchors to arrive. We don't want to miss any details or change about Hurricane Ian. The only time we can get some coffee is during commercials.
Barely enough time.
Oh, watch out! What?
And yes, folks, we do mistakes sometimes.
Oh, I do it all, especially when I'm on the weekends. Like I was like, y'all didn't hear that.
It's not safe out there. No one is leaving the station. Our production manager gave us the option to stay here safe as a protocol. I just hope that the people of Orlando, Florida and other cities took the same precautions too. I just wanted to show you what is our job here at this station to keep you informed. I don't know how you feel about the media personally, but believe that here we'll try our best to give you content and tell you the news. To me, well, this is just another day in Florida.